Yes, hello guys, welcome to another video today. Today we're going to be talking about breach of transfer, and we're going to be talking about a player that this happened to, so that you can see this and learn from it. So I'm Gaucho Brand, FIFA licensed agent living in Finland. So I help people teach them how the rules and regulation work, and also help players move to clubs. So on this topic today is breach of transfer. So we're going to be talking about what is breach of transfer first place. So a breach of transfer is when a player a player moves to a club, not based on sporting reason. So I'm going to explain into details, and we're going to be using the case study of Kevin Bemanga. So who is Kevin Bemanga? First of all, Kevin Bemanga was a young player who grew up at amateur level playing football at amateur between Spain and France. So, and the first time he moved to Paris at the age of 23 because he was trying to have a professional contract, as every young player wants to sign professional contract, sign and play pro. So he moved into to Paris to sign a professional contract with Paris FC because Paris offered him a contract at the age of 23. So this was his story after struggling to get a contract, as always, as many people trying to get a contract to make the professional game. Have no idea, just said Paris offered him a contract. He said, "Oh, I'm flying to France. Let's go, and at least my dream has come true. This is where at least I'll finally break through on playing professional football." So yes, the case. This is what happened. So when he signed contract now for when he signed the contract, after a few weeks, Kevin Bemanga left Paris within a short period of time and moved to Angers. Okay, normally for normal people, they feel this is normal. So this is the case. You go to a club, you sign, then after a few weeks of living, after a few weeks of signing, you're on the move again to another club. So this is what we call breach of transfer. But now the definition so breach of transfer, this happen if a transfer happen continuously within 16 weeks. So if you transfer a player to a club, then that player goes to that club, and that club takes the transfer that player to another club within 16 weeks. We call it breach of transfer. So FIFA doesn't allow that. So in the case of Kevin, this was his situation. That when he arrived at Paris, they said, "Okay, we're transferring you to Angers." Instead of playing at Paris for Paris FC, he went to Angers. So now FIFA said, "Hold on, we have registered this player in the transfer matching system, because now the system is very hard for you to trick the system, because every transfer registers into the TMS. There's a transfer matching system. So when they transfer the player, so FIFA looked at it and said, a case of another situation has come up for this player, that let's move him to Angers." And when they check the timeline, oh, this player just recently moved. So what is happening here? So now they saw the case. Okay, when they launched an investigation to try to investigate the case, they discovered that they have breached, that there is a problem here, that the transfer is breach of transfer, because if the player moved within 16 weeks, which the player did, then there's something. This transfer was not just for sporting reason. And normally, if the transfer is not for sporting reason, that's breach of transfer. Because if it's for sporting reason, why didn't he stay to play? You understand? Because normally, if you transfer a player to a club, at least if he starts playing, then maybe then when the transfer window closes, he start playing, then he's rubbish. You can say, I'm going to loan this player. But that didn't happen. He didn't kick a ball. It was on the move again. So this was where FIFA investigated the case and said, no, the two clubs had something happening behind closed door, which was they have breached the rule, and was where breach of transfer happened. So again, so FIFA now, when FIFA found them guilty, FIFA fined them both Angers and Paris FC a huge sum of amount. But of course, the player, because the player he didn't have anything to do with it, so the player wasn't guilty, so he continued his career, moving on and playing into other places. So it didn't affect him. It didn't affect him, but of course, for the two clubs, they were sanctioned. Paris FC was fined 27,000 euros for that, actually, in particular. So it was some amount that they fined the clubs, and then the player moved on and started playing, continued. It would have been very bad, for example, if the rules was like you find the player because which he is not in charge of that, because normally when we talk of transfer, it happens between both clubs, the clubs doing the deal. So that was the case of Kevin Bamenga that I wanted to explain and also give you guys using an example of a player, because normally I try to explain this situation giving an example of a player because it's much easier for you to listen to these kind of things with a player in that a player in that situation, because to be honest, no one wants to listen to rule in football. You just want to play, so you don't want to listen to the rule. But these rules, because I'm an agent, it's good to always know these kind of rules, because that's my job. For example, transferring players, moving players from one place to another. And it's always important for you also, those who are upcoming agents or who are agents, to know these rules, because it's going to help you in future. You don't want to sit in the boardroom with a sporting director and they are telling you that, for example, you just brought your player and they said, sorry, because this kind of cases can happen. That, sorry, your player, we bought him, but we're not really interested in him because we have seen another player. Can you try moving him back? And then you don't know the rule. You just say, oh, my player is not going to play, so I have to transfer him immediately. You enter into negotiation with the club and all those kind of things, that you want to transfer your player before the window closes. So these are things that you, as an agent, I always advise, try to give yourself time to learn this, because your knowledge is a very big thing in as an agent. Because when you sit in with sporting director or CEOs of football clubs, the way you speak can make them can make them want to be around you, because they know if they are even working with you, or if they're collaborating with you, you're always going to give them hint about the rules and regulation, ideas on what to do. So these are the things that you just try to take time to learn these things. They're going to help you. Anyways, I hope those who listen to this, you learn a little bit about this, and also apply it into your daily agent situation. Before you go, I'm hosting a course. On April for those who are writing FIFA agent exam. I'll be dropping the link. Below or this video. So try to, if you are interested, it starts April. For those who are trying to write as an agent, you're welcome. We're going to be talking about scenario cases and what examples of how to handle the FIFA agent exam. We're going to go into details, a lot of things, so that at least it can help you also. Yeah, it can help you, because I always feel like if we give with an example of something, that a scenario that has happened, like the case of this case I'm just speaking about, it helps you have a picture into your brain about it. So I want last year, a lot of people listened to my videos, and the people who attended the classes, they did well. So this year I'm trying to also improvise and try to give you more, because the more you pass and come and say thanks, the more also it's a privilege for me to hear that I'm helping people. And also, I'm not only teaching you people, because I'm always refreshing my brain each time I try to teach you this, because I have to look at the materials again, just refresh my brain for what I know. Then also it helps me, because when I'm speaking to sporting directors, for example, when I travel to Norway or Denmark or whatsoever place I'm traveling, it gives me that edge that I can always know the rules and regulation. If someone asks me something, I can always chip in and say, no, this happens like this is like this. Okay. But anyways, take care. And if you have any question, drop it and in the comment section. If you like the video, hit that like button. It helps the channel grow, and it helps me come back here to try to give you guys this knowledge of my time. Take some time out and try to give you guys this knowledge. Okay, take care and bye for now. Have a nice day.